Thank you. We are just waiting for our chair to be here, and he will be here momentarily, so we will take a break until he arrives.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is the January 2024 first meeting of the year of the Palm Beach County Commission on Ethics. And we will do the Pledge of Allegiance. Let's do it. I will take the honors to. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll for us?
Commissioner Cruz, Commissioner Cridell,
Present.
Chair Kugler,
Here.
Commissioner Romano, Vice Chair Vara Garcia.
Present.
Thank you.
Any introductory remarks from anybody? Commissioners, no? Okay. Excellent. And the next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the December 14th, 2023 meeting.
I move to approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion by the Vice Chair, second by Commissioner Cridell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries unanimously. We have 2 advisory opinions to be processed on the consent agenda. Hopefully everybody has had the opportunity to read them.
I move to approve the advisory opinions on the consent agenda as written.
Second.
Second.
Moved by the chair, second by Commissioner Cridell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Hearing nothing, the motion carries unanimously. And then we are on to the 2023 annual report presentation by the Executive Director, Ms. Kelly.
Thank you. All right, I am pleased to present the 2023 annual report for the Palm Beach County Commission on Ethics. I'm just going to briefly highlight some of our accomplishments from the past year. I'm not going to go through it page by page, but I did first want to go over the actual contents of what everybody will find in the annual report. The annual report contains an executive summary. It has information about the Commission on Ethics, including our mission and who we are. It contains information about what we accomplished last year from our strategic plan. It also has results from our customer satisfaction survey. And it showcases our 2023 achievements, as well as the projects that we'll be focusing on in 2024. So at the beginning of every presentation, I like to go over again what our mission is for the Commission on Ethics. And our mission continues to be fostering integrity in public services, promoting the public's trust and confidence in that service, and preventing conflicts between private interests and public duties. And we accomplish this mission through ongoing education programs, performing community outreach, providing clear and timely advice, as well as through transparency. And our core values continue to be honesty, integrity, and character. All right, so the first thing I wanted to highlight from the annual report is our customer satisfaction survey. And as a reminder, we created and implemented a customer satisfaction survey back in June of 2022. And we used it to get feedback on what officials and employees thought of our programming after taking the Code of Ethics training. And what you'll see on the screen is just a small snapshot of all the information that we have in the annual report itself. But since its inception, 966 customers have voluntarily completed our customer satisfaction survey. 99.8% reported that they are satisfied or very satisfied with the programming they received. 99.7% found the COE program very helpful in gaining a better understanding of how to incorporate the Code of Ethics into their work. 98.8% believe that ethical instruction, knowledge, and practices are important for community well-being. And 94.1% felt more confident in their abilities to serve the public, coworkers, and their employer with honesty, integrity, and character after participating in the programming. So in 2024, we will continue to use information from the customer satisfaction survey as well as other sources to continue to assess the effectiveness of our programming and our services and identify any potential areas that need to be improved or changed. All right, in our 2023 education and outreach achievements, this past year, we delivered 21 in-person training sessions. We issued 28 new advisory opinions. So we now have over 536 published advisory opinions available on our advisory opinion database. We maintained an average of 7 days to complete advisory opinions from the time of the request to its completion. Staff managed 720 customer requests for assistance via phone or email, and we managed 33 of those requests for advice by referring the requesting party to prior opinions. In our 2023 advisory opinions by topic, as you can see in 2023, our topics remained relatively the same as past years. Misuse of office, voting conflicts, and gift law questions continue to be the main subjects that are addressed in our advisory opinions. For our 2023 investigations and enforcement achievements, last year we initiated 15 inquiries. 16 were closed due to a lack of legal sufficiency to become a complaint. 6 had legal sufficiency to become self-initiated complaints, and 3 are still ongoing. We also completed 2 ongoing inquiries from 2022, and of those, 1 had legal sufficiency to become a self-initiated complaint, and 1 was closed due to a lack of legal sufficiency. And the average number of days it took to complete our routine inquiries was 49 days. Moving on to complaints. Last year, we investigated 35 complaints. 1 was resolved with the issuance of a letter of instruction. 2 were resolved with an issuance of a letter of reprimand. 3 were dismissed with a finding of no probable cause. 1 was dismissed for not being in the public interest to proceed further. 23 were administratively dismissed for a lack of legal sufficiency, and 4 of our investigations are still ongoing. And for that, the average number of days to complete routine complaints was 25 days. So based on the number of inquiries we had and the time it took, the average time for completion, I believe it's evident that our 2 investigators continue to conduct not only thorough investigations, but also very efficient investigations. So I appreciate their work on all of that. Our 2023 inquiries and complaints by topic, again, this continued to be consistent with years past. Misuse of office, corrupt misuse, voting conflicts, and gift law issues were the main topics that were addressed in our inquiries and complaints. And then some other of our 2023 achievements. We conducted 22 training policy compliance reviews. We use these to ensure that counties and municipalities are complying with their policies on when their employees and officials will receive ethics training. And our goal is to ensure that everyone is trained, so that's why we do these compliance reviews. And through that, we were able to maintain ethics training compliance rates of 90%. And this was done through the support and outreach of commission staff. We also reviewed 1,070 gift disclosure forms. And again, these forms are reviewed to ensure that people are not taking gifts from prohibited sources. And we encourage officials and employees to give us their gift forms as soon as they take anything, because they do have that 90-day window that if they accept a prohibited gift, they can return it or resolve the issue before it could become a violation. So we do encourage them to give us those as quickly as possible so we can review it. Staff also reviewed 100 voting conflict forms. Moving on to our website, we had 23,388 page views of the Commission's website. The majority of those views were on our training page as well as our facts page about who we are and what we do. And then 91.5% of our visitors were located in the United States, with 52% of those visitors located in Florida, and then the majority of those were actually in Palm Beach County, which you would expect. So looking ahead to our 2024 projects, these are the things that we are going to be focusing on the most in 2024. We are going to be revising our Code of Ethics training for in-person and online access. And the lead on that will be our General Counsel, Rhonda Geiger. We're going to update all of our Code of Ethics education materials, and our lead on that is going to be Education and Communications Manager, Liz Martin. And we're also going to modify and reformat our COE website, and our lead on that is going to be Intake and Compliance Manager, Gina Levesque. So I appreciate all their efforts that they'll be putting into those 3 projects in 2024. And then we're also going to continue to implement our marketing strategies to promote and raise awareness of the COE, and continue to implement our outreach plans as well that we are working on this year. And then, as always, I want to remind everyone to ask first, act later. That has always been the motto of the commission since its inception. And so we are always here to help any employees or officials if they have any questions or just need any guidance. We are here to help them. And as I said earlier, this was just a brief overview. There's a more comprehensive listing of everything in the annual report itself, and I hope you enjoy reading it when you actually get a copy. So lastly, I want to thank Janet Rodriguez Bazluke, Marcy Blackwell, and John Johnson in the graphics department for their help in creating this document and making it look so good, as well as Stacy Mather for helping us get a draft copy printed in time. They have a backlog with all of the documents for the fairs and all the promotional materials for that, so they were able to get us a draft copy, so I really appreciate that from Stacy Mather. And then finally, I want to finish by saying I'm immensely proud of everything our office did and the commissioners did this past year, and I'm looking forward to everything that we're going to do in 2024. So, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Executive Director. We appreciate it. Excellent presentation. And we will adjourn to go to...
Wait, do we get to ask a question?
Oh, you have questions?
I
I'm
do.
Sorry. Yes, you may.
You should know that
Back
by
over
now. This is what she was hoping not to get. You answered my first question on your own, which was, so how'd you get that book and we didn't? So you've answered that, which is great. Is there, in your little book, is there a page that provides lay people with definitions of terms you use, like what a customer is?
Well, we have in the back, we have a complimentary copy of the Code of Ethics itself.
Okay.
So for what those terms for there, but you're talking about from the customer satisfaction survey, it does explain who our customers are for the surveys themselves.
All right, that's good, because jargon is important to explain to the untrained, inexperienced reader.
Yes, so there's a full explanation in the annual report.
Okay, and terms like complaint. These are Commissioner, your microphone, please. Sorry. Terms that are unique by environment or context really need to be clear to the reader.
And we do explain what a self-initiated complaint is, and that was previously an inquiry. But after you read the annual report, if you would like further explanation in the next year's annual report, I'll be happy to do that.
Yeah, just I think with complaint, for example, that it has certain components that all have to be met before it's a qualified or valid complaint.
Okay.
Just asking for a friend.
And maybe having a copy of one of the complaint forms, a blank copy in there, might help add to that.
Okay.
So that people can see what's in there as opposed to an explanation of it.
All right.
Full page so they can tear it out and send it in.
They can tear it out and send it, yes.
Okay, so we will adjourn to go to executive session, and then we will be back afterwards. Thank you very much, and we are continuing the January meeting following the executive session, and there is a public report and final order and letter of instruction that the vice chair is going to read.
Thank you. This is in regards to Carolyn Cassidy, case number C23-032, public report and final order. Christy Kelly, Executive Director of the Palm Beach County Commission on Ethics, filed the above referenced complaint against respondent Carolyn Cassidy, a commissioner for the town of Ocean Ridge, alleging that the respondent used or attempted to use her position in a manner that may have resulted in a special financial benefit to her or her outside business in violation of Section 2-443, subsection A of the Palm Beach County Code of Ethics. Pursuant to Section 2-258, subsection A of the Palm Beach County Commission on Ethics Ordinance, the COE is empowered to enforce the Palm Beach County Code of Ethics. In lieu of a probable cause hearing, the above COE advocate recommended the issuance of a letter of instruction and dismissal of the complaint. The recommendation is based on the respondent's self-reporting of the incident and the facts elicited during the investigation. Pursuant to Commission on Ethics Ordinance, Section 2-260.3, subsection B, dismissal of complaints, the complaint may be dismissed and a letter of instruction issued at this stage of the proceeding if the Commission finds that the violation was inadvertent, unintentional, or insubstantial. Therefore, it is ordered and adjudged that the complaint against respondent Carolyn Cassidy is hereby dismissed and a letter of instruction is issued, done and ordered by the Palm Beach County Commission on Ethics in public session on this 11th day of January 2024 by Chair Michael Kugler, Palm Beach County Commission on Ethics.
Thank you very much. And now we are going to move on to the executive director comments. Ms. Kelly.
Thank you. On Tuesday, January 23rd, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., we'll be hosting a meet and greet in the courtyard outside the governmental center, where any officials or employees can come meet the commission staff, ask us any questions they may have, as well as members of the general public are also welcome to learn more about who we are and what we do. And then I also received the save the date for the Regional High School Ethics Bowl, which will take place on Saturday, January 27th. FAU will once again be hosting this, so I'm sure in the next week or two, Commissioner Cruz will be reaching out to see if any of us are interested in serving as a moderator or a judge. And this is a great event. If you haven't participated in it, it is a very fun event with the high schoolers.
Yes, it is.
That's all I have.
Thank you very much. And now we are on to commissioner comments. And I'm going to take the floor first, if you all don't mind, because I guess that's my prerogative as the chair. So Commissioner Kelly, Executive Director Kelly, my question is, we just dealt with the circumstance where an advertisement as a realtor for Commissioner Cassidy had gone out, and it mentioned her official capacity as a commissioner for the town of Ocean Ridge, and what was done in that particular case was a violation of the Code of Ethics. So the question becomes, can somebody who is covered by the Code of Ethics use their official title, such as a commissioner, in some type of communication without violating the Code of Ethics?
So there are ways to list your community involvement on like on a resume or things like that, but these are the types of situations that are really case by case. And so I would recommend if anybody has that or would like to list or figure out if they are allowed to without violating the code, list a title or their involvement, then they should contact our office for assistance.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And then I will yield the floor to any other commissioner comments.
No comment.
Nothing from the vice chair?
None for me.
Nothing from Commissioner Crydell? Are there any public comments? Seeing no public comments, and we will adjourn the January meeting of the Palm Beach County Commission on Ethics.
Not bad.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
I have no idea.